Today we talk about the Shanta Rasa, and a rasa is like an emotion or a mood, and there are in traditional Vedic science 9 rasas, 9 essential emotions, and at the same time they are also 9 emotional essences, in the sense that they are like energies. Like there are different kinds of anger, but they all have the same energy. Only it is there a little bit in a different way, in irritation, or in impatience, or in real anger. These are different, but also same. They are related to the anger rasa. So in that way, we have 4 unhappy rasas, which are anger, fear, sadness, and disgust. And we have 4 happy rasas, which are love, joy, wonder, and courage. And then we have 1 rasa, where we can say, although it's not absolutely true, that it is neither happy or unhappy, which is Shanta Rasa. Actually, in India, for many hundreds of years, they were discussing about Shanta Rasa, if it should be seen as a rasa or not. Before that, there were only officially 8 rasas, and at some point a 9th rasa was added to it, which was the rasa of Shant, or peace. And the discussion was like this. Some people said, well, peace is not a mood, peace is not an emotion, peace is without mood, peace is without emotion, so it cannot be a rasa. And others said, yes, but if somebody is peaceful, then this will also affect others. So it must be also a kind of energy. Like if people are laughing here, then on the other side of the room, people also start laughing because they, kind of get this energy. Or if one person gets angry, other people also may start feeling angry because this energy kind of is passed on. So same way with peace. If you come near a Baba, if you come near a sadhu who devotes his entire life to peace, then automatically you become more peaceful. So in the end, that argument won. And so they decided, okay, peace really is a mood. Peace really is also a mood in the sense that it can be expressed. Like you can make very peaceful music, or you can make a very peaceful art, or in any other way, like another emotion, you can express it. So in that way, Shanta became one of the 9 rasas. But of course, it is really quite different. And the way that they solved the discussion was by saying that Shanta is the 9th rasa, which is without rasa. So it's a little funny, but it's also true. No? Shanta is a mood, yes, it is an emotion, but it is a mood without much emotion. It is peaceful, it is quiet, and especially if you look at peace in its most essential form, then it is unmoving. No? So it is energy, yes, but it is energy which is not always moving, like energy always is. So in that way it makes it a little bit a special mood, and working with it is also quite special. And I've been talking on the rasas a lot. We've had classes on anger, we've had classes on all the other rasas. But so this is like the cherry on the cake, the last one, Shanta Rasa, which is of course also the rasa of yoga. In yoga, this is primarily what we are looking for. We want peace. So everything in yoga will bring you to peace. So in that way, it's a difficult class because I can hardly put everything that can be said about yoga into one class, because that's too much. So I'll try to a little bit compress it and maybe look at it from a few angles which are not so usual to look at when it comes to working on your inner peace. And Shanta is also a different rasa than the others because you can mix it with other rasas. Normally rasas you cannot mix. Like you can shift very rapidly from one to the other. That is possible. Like you can shift from fear to anger and back to fear. very rapidly. Like in jealousy, this is what happens. One moment a person is fearing his beloved will leave him, and the next moment he is angry about it. But you cannot be angry and fearful at the same time. These two energies don't mix. But Shanta is a very special kind of rasa. Shanta you can mix with all the rasas, and that really is the art of yoga, and it is also the art of life. If your moods can have a foundation of inner peace, then they will always be happy, and they will always be fruitful, and they will also always be creative. If that inner peace is lacking, and you feel love, it is only going to create problems. Because your love will rapidly grow into attachment, and then you're in trouble. If you have joy without inner peace, then it's almost like the smile of a clown. It's made up. It's not real. And so all the other pleasant emotions also, they need this inner peace to become pure, to become real. So that is the beauty of Shanta Rasa. If you can develop it, then automatically all your emotions will become more pure. And obviously also you will be able more easily to stay out of the unpleasant emotions. And there is a very particular relationship then also between Shanta Rasa and Karuna, which is sadness. Eventually all negative emotions end in sadness. You are first angry, and then when that energy kind of is used up, then you feel sad and you cry, or not, but you feel sad. If you are dissatisfied with yourself, disgusted about the world, you can stay in that for a while, and in the end you will just feel sad. And there lies a very great opportunity. Because in sadness, you are not so much interested in the world anymore. You are a little bit disappointed. You are sad. So automatically you close your eyes. Automatically you go inside. So that is the moment also to go for peace. So whenever you feel unhappy, maybe first you can try to feel a little bit sad about it, and then go for peace. And this karuna, of course, is not just sadness in the sense of personal sadness, but it is also sadness in the sense of compassion. Because this sadness that you feel for yourself, you know it to be there for everybody. Everybody sometimes feels sad. Everybody sometimes struggles. Everybody has a cross to bear. So if you can go there in this feeling of, okay, it's not all so easy, and then you can let go, and then you can go for peace. So this is the way out of any negative emotion. Any negative emotion, you can do this. You feel upset, okay, sit down. Maybe cry if you like. If you feel like you need some release, extend your sadness towards everybody, towards the whole world, towards the whole universe, and then drop it. Then go for peace. Whatever then you do in terms of meditation or breathing or whatever will work very well if you go a little bit along that route. And of course, everybody wants peace. You know? Sometimes people, they come to me or any other teacher and they say, oh, please give me peace. But then if you look at how they live, they are never giving peace a chance. They're just running around. So this is really the main thing I can teach you today, and it's a very simple thing. The only thing peace needs is you. You just need to go for it. You just need to believe in it. You just need to let go of everything else and go for peace, and there it will be, shining like a jewel. It's actually very easy. It's very apparent. It's just about letting go of everything else. And so this is the main thing. And giving peace a chance in a very practical sense also means that you need some time every day for peace. Peace is not going to ask for it. all the other emotions are asking for it. They ask for attention. And other people will ask for your attention, and your work will ask for your attention, and whatever will ask for your attention. Except this one, peace. Only when you can't do it anymore, only when you really become very unhappy, then you say, oh, I need peace. But, yeah, okay, then go for it. Sure, then that's the best thing to do. But remember that you should also kind of understand. It just needs a little work every day. If, let's say, you can spend 1 hour a day on peace, you still have 23 hours left for fun and for whatever you want. And those 23 hours will be so much more nice, so much more fruitful also, so much more productive, so much more effective. So that's the main thing. And then people say, oh, I don't have the time. I don't have the time to spend 1 hour a day on peace. But I'm sorry, I don't believe it. Because if you don't spend 1 hour a day on peace, I'm sure you're spending a lot of time a day, every day, on trying to get rid of your unhappiness. If you don't have this inner peace as a basis, you have to. And most people then watch television. They watch television so they don't have to think about how bad they feel. And so they can get involved with the stories of whatever is happening on TV. And in that way they spend 2 hours, 3 hours every day very easily. And how many hours a day are they actually spending here in thought, in unhappy thought, in restlessness, in trying to find solutions? So, whenever you see yourself thinking, I don't have the time, know that you are wrong. You have the time. You only need this little bit of discipline, this little bit of seriousness, so that you can be light for the rest of the day. And okay, it's a learning process. I'm not saying it's that easy. Maybe you'll have to also sometimes spend a holiday on it to really learn this, to really learn things like yoga and meditation and so on. That's possible, yeah. But apart from that, it's really there. It's really that 1 hour a day that you really devote yourself to peace. And if you do that, then it'll grow. It'll grow, and your connection inside will grow. So you have to give it a chance, and meditation obviously is number one. Because if we say we want peace, then actually what we say is we want peace of mind. We want here peace. So, and that is what we get in meditation. Meditation means to learn to stop mind. And I'm not saying that's easy, but I can say that the moment you start, already your mind will become more peaceful. From the first time that you try meditation, you will have some effect. You may feel like the meditation was not good, but still the effect will be there. So you just keep going on it. So many people come to me and say, yes, I tried mantra meditation or this meditation, but I can't do it. I mean, that means you're not peaceful enough to do it, right? That's why they can't do it. The mind keeps on creating problems. They are not peaceful enough to do the meditation which is supposed to bring them peace. But that's a circle you have to be able to step out of it. You have to see that and you say, okay, no, I need to break this circle. I need to move out of that game. I need to create enough peace so that I can have enough peace to learn to be peaceful and to meditate and do these things. And it's okay, it is complicated and it involves all sorts of things. Once you start, it's like no end to what you can learn and where your unrests can be. Hmm? Because maybe you can a little bit come to rest here, but then from the body also some unrest can come. So then you need to start to work with the body. And your breath may not be giving you rest, may actually be very erratic. So then you need to work with breath. So, okay, it's a whole Ashtanga business. No? The 8 steps of yoga are involved there. Okay, so what you have the time? It's fun. It's make your life a lot better to do this. And in Ashtanga, we should also not forget some of the things which are there, which are often forgotten. And especially yama and niyama. If you keep on fighting with people, inner peace will be hard to find. If you keep on telling stories to yourself and others, it's very difficult to find peace. If you're not honest, very difficult to find peace. Because always you will feel, oh, maybe they'll find out. So I'm not going to that now. I mean, that's a different class, the yamas and the niyamas, but they are very important. How you live, what you stop doing, and what you continue to do, what you try to do. Also there. Rather than watching the TV, read a good book. Or look at a really good movie, an inspiring movie. That's also part of yama and niyama. And to do some practice, to have some restraint. It's all right to enjoy your taste buds, no problem. But okay, even there, if you go too far, it will destroy your peace. It will just make your body so uncomfortable that it's very hard to have peace. So there's no problem enjoying your taste buds or any other buds, but don't, overdo it. Have a little restraint. So these things are all there. And it is really hard to kind of explain what it does to people who don't do it. They cannot imagine what it is to have a mind which basically is at peace. And this mind can still laugh, and his mind can still enjoy good music and a nice story, and all these normal things still going on, but there is a background of peace. It's very hard to explain to somebody who doesn't have it. But most of you at least have some memory of it. From a time when, yes, you were doing some more yoga, you were doing some more meditation, and yes, life became like a little different. It didn't change all that much, but it still made it completely different. Whenever some problem then comes, okay, you deal with it, but it's not such a big problem. Your car breaks down, or your partner is not having a nice day, or whatever is there, you'll be able to deal with it in a completely different way. Because you have this inner connection. And in the same way, whatever you try to do is going to work better. You will be more creative. Generally speaking, whether you're an artist or a businessman or a doctor or anything, it will benefit from it. Because your mind is under control. So, and of course, absolute peace is samadhi, the deepest state of meditation. That is something requiring more work. That is something requiring more than 1 hour a day for most people. That probably requires some time of 1 hour a day and then some nice holiday. But then also you can get it. So that this connection to the inside becomes so strong that it's very hard to lose it. But okay, for that there are roads to follow, and everybody has to find their own way. For every yogi there is a yoga. So we all have to a little bit try out things, and those things that work, okay, we do it. And we find our way, and then okay, we get there. We get there to a point which is called equanimity. To develop equanimity is the main, let's say, pathway. To live in Shanta. Equanimity means that whatever happens is neither regarded as good nor as bad. Whatever happens is accepted as it is, and then okay, you can still try to work with it, to fulfill your purpose with it, to even make it better if you think you can make it better. But in equanimity, still accepting it as it is, in the moment. So this is a very different attitude. And when you read about that in a book or you hear me talking about it now, you say, yeah, I can do that. But of course, without this 1 hour of meditation practice, this is not going to happen. Because then whatever happens, if it's not really, looking very nice, it's going to make your mind go out of control. And you'll be out of control. So these are main things. And then I distribute this paper because there is one very essential relationship also between your moods, and especially the mood of peace, and your desires. I hope there's enough, otherwise people have to look at two at one. I don't think there will be enough, actually. I didn't expect so many people to be interested in peace, so very good. Yeah, very good. So there is a very important way in which we can work on inner peace, which has to do with our desires. And don't misunderstand, there's nothing wrong with desires. But there's something to be learned by looking at this overview and realizing that most people live on the left side of this overview. They are either happy or unhappy, and it doesn't really matter whether they are happy or unhappy. They always want to party. If they are unhappy, they want to party because to remove this unhappiness. But also when they are happy, they want to party because, why not have some more? No? So this is very normal for people. It doesn't really matter, but desire comes out of their mood. And this is very important to understand. Desire comes out of a mood. Always it produces desire. It kind of manifests into a certain desire. And then this desire leads to imagination. We imagine how it would be if this desire is fulfilled. And because imagining really means that you are creating an image of it, you are already seeing it happening before it happens, then that creates hope. Because you are seeing it, it is there. So yes, it feels it's going to happen. That is hope. And then from this hope comes expectation. And then, okay, maybe you're lucky, maybe you're not. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. That's not in your hand. So either you fail to fulfill your desire, or you are successful. If you fail, you feel unhappy. If you are successful, you feel happy. But then, as I said, those who fail and feel unhappy very rapidly then create another desire. Or even repeat the same desire is also quite possible, of course. They didn't get it the first time, but they can't let go, so they stick to it and they again go into this circle. But those also that have success, fulfill the desire, are happy because of it, very soon, again, a new desire comes. They feel lucky, They feel like, it's good, so let's want some more. So that's where people are, and there's nothing wrong. It's life. It's life, and I'm not saying you should stop that. It's life. I'm only saying that it's not a bad idea to sometimes also look on the other side of this sheen. Whether you are happy or unhappy, instead of running after a desire, you can also think, why not go after some dharma or some sadhana? Dharma means that you are fulfilling your role, that you are doing your duty. Very often people go running after desires and the dishes are still, dirty in the sink. So this is the first thing. If you want to assure some peace in your life, that first you take care of your duties. If you are not doing your duties and you're going to party, well, maybe if you have a lot of drink, you can forget about it. But if you can't forget about it, then, the party is not going to be a lot of fun. So first to take care of your duties is very important. And if that is done, if nothing really is there, then you can also do some sadhana, meaning some spiritual work. There's many kinds of sadhanas, but let's say meditation is the primary sadhana. So, whether you are happy or unhappy, if you have some free time, you can try to a little bit spend it on peace. I'm not saying always, Sometimes you spend it on party, desire, whatever, you run after. Sometimes you spend it on peace. The result of that is that you will come in truth. Both will lead you to truth. In a different way, but both will lead you to truth. Because truth is two-sided. Truth, on the one side, has to do with your universal cosmic consciousness, which is there, and which is always peaceful, and which is always happy, and which has no problem at all. And so sadhana will lead you to that. But truth also is that you are, as an individual, in harmony with everything else. If you're doing your duty, then you are in harmony. Then you are in truth with everything else. And there's no more conflict, no more opposition. So both lead you to truth. And from this truth, which is a kind of understanding, a seeing, you will have confidence. Confidence, again on these both sides. Confidence that you are unlimited potential, anyhow. And on the other side, that in your individuality, you are in harmony. You are able to be in harmony with everything. That will bring you confidence. And from this confidence will come real inner peace. Both are needed. Both kinds of confidence are needed. Both kinds of understanding are needed. Both kinds of being in truth are needed for you to be able to have confidence and then inner peace. And inner peace will always lead you to happy rasas, to a happy feeling. Because that is the beauty of inner peace. That is the beauty of the self. Out of the self, everything that comes is beautiful. Out of the self, everything that comes is love and harmony and beauty and whatever. Then you try. After your meditation, you try to cook something. You'll be surprised. Even if you're not so much maybe, knowing about it, it'll come out really nice. If you can a little bit stay in your peace, of course. No? If you're stressing about it, no. But if you can stay in this peace and from there do it, it'll be wonderful. Or play guitar or, whatever you are doing. No? Have a nice talk to somebody. So, especially if you feel that in your life you are very often unhappy or too often unhappy, then this other circle is something to consider. If you are very often unhappy and you're just running after desire all the time, you'll never get out of it. If you want to break this circle, you need to create another circle. And as I said, it doesn't require all that much. So this is a very essential relationship, and of course very basic also when it comes to desire, is that you first of all understand that need and desire are two different words, are two different things. Some things are needs, like some food you need every day, and if it's cold, some clothes you need. And so there are a few needs. All else is desire. You don't need them. They might be nice. They might come by. They might happen. But you don't need them. Most people don't see that. They have some desire, they get like this fixed idea, I need that. And because of this fixed idea, they make it so very difficult. Because as long as it doesn't come, they feel unhappy, because they feel they need it. Like they are hungry, like a person who is really hungry, but they are not really hungry for food, they are hungry for something else. This difference is very important. So whenever you find yourself unhappy in relationship to the desire, ask yourself, do I need this or not? Well, in 99% of the cases you will find, no, you don't really need it. It's just an idea in your mind. So if it doesn't come, drop it. Go for something else. Maybe something else is just waiting for you. So this fixing of ideas is the main issue. If your desires, this is an old saying, if your desires are as big as an ocean, then always some storm will be there. Always you will have something to worry about. Always you have some trouble. And if you really want peace, then you need to have desires the size of a little pond. Then maybe sometimes also bad weather will be there, it's possible. But sometimes also it will be really calm and quiet and the water will be still and you will have peace. And in that way our, let's say, culture is very crazy. And this of course has to do also with consumption and production and the whole economy. We are taught that we need so many things. Well, actually we don't need anything more than people were needing in prehistory time, before, this whole game. We are the same people. We don't need anything more. But we still feel, we still are taught that we need so many things. And most of us have so many projects running. Most of us have so many things that are going on that, yes, sure, very hard to find peace. So if you feel that getting peace is difficult, you also really need to look at that. How many projects do I have running? Write them down. Make a list. You'll be surprised at how long this list is. The list of things that you are at this moment, in this period of your life, trying to do, trying to get, trying to achieve, is going to be a long list. And then you take a pen and then you decide which ones to strike off and forget about for the moment. Then you will have peace. Then you will have time for peace. But if you keep stuck in, and I want to learn Spanish and I need to get enough money to buy this new whatever curtain, and I need to go there, and I need to email that person, and I need, it's like there also, no? On the internet, Facebook, all these things. I mean, you got to put a stop to that somehow. No? You got to limit that somehow. If you just let that go, only that, it'll take your peace away forever. No? All these friends that you now have, that you have to answer, that you have to like whenever they are putting something there. No? This stress, this feeling that you have to do this. No? It's quite amazing. I mean, I can experience it in myself. I also go on Facebook and I can experience how it works. It really keeps you busy. It's very amazing. Yeah? It's very amazing how it can keep you busy. So there's nothing wrong. You play, but at some point you say, okay, I get it. This can go on forever. This can take 6 hours a day if it wants. It's no problem. The more friends you make, the more fun. It's like. But so, you got to somehow limit that. There's hardly anything you really need. For happiness, there's hardly anything you really need. Just a little food, a little shelter, a little company maybe, but even that's not necessary, it's not really a need. But you really don't need much.